Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with Ross Benjamin, SPR contributor, and today we're going to be giving you a quick pitching report on a couple of games. How you doing this morning, Ross?
I'm doing very well, Dex. How about yourself, my man?
I'm doing all right, can't complain, and now I'm going to be a little bit better since we're talking about some baseball and see if I can get that extra cash in my pocket. All right, let's start looking at the pitchers that are coming from the Toronto Blue Jays and the Baltimore Orioles. Now, Ross, usually some of the things that I say might sound smart, but it's actually because I read your article. Now, let me try and implement it here with the following question. There was a paragraph about Drew Hutchison where you spoke about how good he was, and you also made some mention about his struggles. Now, I can only assume that it must have been a hell of a task to actually determine which of his performance lines are relevant and which should actually be ignored. Am I right?
You're right on point, Dex, and thank you for the kind words, by the way.
All right.
The good news for Hutchinson is that he enters tonight in terrific form over his last four starts with an excellent 1.78 ERA and 0.95 whip. He's also been brilliant in four starts versus the Orioles this season, posting a microscopic 0.98 ERA and compiling a better than 6-1 strikeout to walk ratio in those four outings. The bad news, Dax, Hutchinson has seen his last six road starts all go over the total, and much of that responsibility falls on his shoulders as a result of posting a mammoth 7.48 ERA in those outings. So you sort of a mixed read, as I call it, with Drew Hutchinson heading into tonight's game.
All right, now going back to the article, you also made some mention about Ubaldo Jimenez, and it wasn't pretty of actually what you said about him. But I guess that was rightfully so since you're actually seeing it from a handicapping standpoint view. Now, could you actually elaborate on your skepticism regarding his performance line in 2014?
Yeah, it's nothing personal against him, Dex. It's all about business.
Yeah.
In 20 starts on the year, he's gone a dismal 7-13 against the money, posting a lofty 4.83 ERA, and all while pitching for a first-place ball club. Jimenez has displayed horrible form over his past three starts as a spot starter with a large 8.36 ERA and a whopping 2.00 whip. So I think the viewers and listeners can see where I'm going as far as sounding a little rude as far as his performance level goes.
Well, it's not rude. It's mostly honesty. But anyway, I mean, this doesn't look like it was easy pickings, and I'd almost have to say that you're pretty much going to have to pick the least of two evils in this pitching matchup. Am I right?
That's a very good analogy. I know that Drew Hutchinson has struggled mightily on the road over his last six starts, Dax, but it's hard to ignore his eye-popping numbers when he faces the Orioles this season, as I alluded to in the previous question. It's baffling that a team like the Orioles continues to exhibit the patience they've shown with the struggling Jimenez. My small betting edge lean goes to Drew Hutchinson of the Toronto Blue Jays over Ubaldo Jimenez of the Baltimore Orioles in this one.
All right, good stuff, Ross. Now let's look at the other pitchers from the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubbies. Now let's start talking about Johnny Cueto of the Reds. And in your article, you actually pointed out plenty of his accolades for the season. But I know that there are still plenty of people out there who haven't had a chance to read your article. So can you actually share some of your thoughts with us, please?
Yes, certainly I could. Johnny Cueto has gone 20-11 against the money in 2014 with an exceptional 2.19 ERA and 0.96 whip. He's also averaged just shy of 9 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched on the year, and those are awfully good numbers. Cueto has also gone 3-0 in his last three starts against the money with an excellent 1.17 ERA, and all three of those games went under the total. I think you'd hear a lot more about Johnny Cueto if the Reds were more of a player in the playoff race in September.
No doubt, man. Now, in the past, we've actually spoken about the Cubs hurler Jake Arrieta. Considering that we're in the final 2 weeks of the regular season, you've actually spoken pretty well of him. Now, have you waned in your stellar opinions about him so far?
Not really, Dex. I mean, the Cubs won't have any complaints at the conclusion of this 2014 campaign with the production that Jake Arrieta has provided them, and quite frankly, neither will I. He's pitched much better than his 13-10 money line record indicates. In those 23 starts, he's posted an outstanding 2.82 ERA, and even the most ardent of Cubs fans would not have predicted that. He's been especially dominating at Wrigley Field in 2014, going 7-3 against the money, and an even better super 1.83 ERA and 0.91 WHIP. Enthusiasm towards this gentleman is not waned whatsoever.
All right, so I'm taking that enthusiasm. You're going to take it down to the bank and see if we can cash some tickets on him?
Well, yeah, don't jump to conclusions just yet. My hat goes off to Jake Arrieta for the fine season he's turned in while pitching for an awful team. However, considering the fact the Reds have gone an impressive 37-14 versus the Cubs over the last 3 seasons, including 21-5 at Wrigley Field, and the Johnny Cueto is having a Cy Young type of campaign, my lean here has to go the way of the Red starter tonight. I'm going to give a small edge here, Dax, to Johnny Cueto of the Reds over Jake Arrieta of the Cubs.
All right, Ross, so I think I still have to do a little bit more fine-tuning when it comes to getting your pick precisely down to the money, but I guess it's a learning process, right?
It certainly is, Dax, and I think you're doing a terrific job, and the folks listening should be very happy when they hear Dax Floyd on a daily basis interviewing sports handicappers right here at SBR Picks.
Hi, thank you very much for the kind words, Ross, and once again, thank you for all the valuable insights, and we'll talk some more baseball tomorrow.
I look forward to it, my man. You take care.
As always, I do as well. And for all the viewers here, I hope you have a great day, and for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.